Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be at these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the is this man? Slice them up.
Australia's ABC is a fully government-funded TV channel, and it is, to the horror of many Australians, rabidly left-leaning. The only good thing about the ABC is Bluey. The kiddo loves Bluey. I use the app to put Bluey on the TV, you know what I mean? But I saw a clip on Twitter from the ABC's 7:30 program the other night of an interview with the one and only Hassan America Deserved 9/11 Piker. Now, we've spoken about Hassan a few times on this channel, not much, but he did this interview on the 7:30 show to basically poo-poo Charlie Kirk. You know, I find it amazing that as soon as the guy died, everyone's interested in talking about how much of a bad fella he was, you know? And it doesn't shock me to the least that an ABC program like 7:30 would participate in this kind of thing. Anyway, let's have a look. Let's go!
Hassan Piker, welcome to 7:30. Now, you were live streaming when Charlie Kirk was killed. Can you describe that and also what your immediate thoughts were about what the consequences would be?
So Hassan or Hassan
Hassan Piker, welcome to 7:30.
does what you'd expect him to do. Oh, it was terrible. Oh my God, it was so horrible. It was so horrific. You know, the first maybe 10% of the interview is like, oh yeah, it's bad, I suppose, that this guy was assassinated. But then he goes on to talk about how like his politics weren't the right politics, whatever the fuck that means. And his ideas were dangerous. Now, this is spurred on by this fucking dead shit interviewer. You know, she goes on about his horrific quotes and the terrible, terrible things he said, not providing any fucking context, not providing any clips, any evidence, nothing like that. I mean, Charlie Kirk was a run-of-the-mill American Christian conservative. But like I said, after his death, after the fact, there just seems to be like this fucking pile-on.
I was live streaming, covering the day's news as I do every day. And at first I didn't believe it. And then we immediately started scouring the internet to find if there was any footage from the incident, because I knew that there would be people filming. And we found some. And then there was, complete confirmation after I saw a close-up incident shot. Oh my God, I can't believe I just saw that. Oh my God.
So we're done with that. Oh, it was horrific. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. But they don't fuck around. They get straight into it. You know, Charlie Kirk basically hated everyone on the fucking planet. You know what I mean? He hated Muslims. He hated transgenders. He hated gays. He was a xenophobe. He was fucking everything under the sun. Like I said, not providing 1 ounce of context.
Charlie Kirk's language included offensive statements about Muslims, about black and brown people, about immigrants, about transgender people. But since his death, he's been praised for his openness to debate. What do you think about that praise from people like Ezra Klein from the New York Times, who said he was doing politics the right way?
I think it's dishonest, simply put.
Oh, he thinks it's dishonest, simply put. Okay. So if Charlie Kirk wasn't doing politics the right way, Hassan, tell me, what is the right way? Can we get a bit of Hassan Piker knowledge and wisdom here? I mean, if peacefully and cordially debating people isn't the right way, what is the right way? I mean, even Hassan says in this interview that Charlie Kirk was very cordial. He was very polite.
I mean, he was very professional. He was very cordial. And he wasn't shy about trying to develop a personal relationship with even someone like myself.
But what Hassan is getting to is Charlie Kirk had the wrong politics because they weren't his politics.
To state that he was doing politics the right way without actually reflecting on his political output, I think is dishonest. The medium itself obviously was utilized for cutting propaganda for the Trump administration. But also what I found to be distasteful was the lack of quotes or the lack of recognition for Charlie Kirk's ideology.
You know what? I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually agree with Hassan. I actually find the lack of quotes distasteful as well. So we're not going to give you the same disservice, Hassan. We're going to explore some of your quotes. See, this interviewer does push back in a minor way. It's pretty fucking weak. But at the end of the interview, probably to appear kind of neutral, she sort of asks Hassan about some of the fucked up stuff he's said. She doesn't dwell on it. She moves on pretty quick, but we'll get into it.
Those extreme statements didn't make you want to stop doing public debates with him?
I think it's not a matter of what things people say, but more so from my perspective, at least. And everyone has a different attitude about platforming, but from my perspective, it's more so a matter of how much political influence this person wields.
So Hassan's all about the clout, and that's kind of understandable. If you're big enough, it doesn't matter how much fucked up stuff you say. I mean, even though Charlie Kirk never said any real fucked up stuff, it's kind of just this nebulous accusation they just keep. It's like if you throw enough shit at the wall, some's gonna stick. You know, after the guy's been assassinated, let's just keep repeating and repeating and repeating that he was really, really bad. Why? Because he was on the other side of the aisle politically to us. Like I said, it kind of boils my piss that this woman can talk about, what did she say?
Those extreme statements.
Those extreme statements without providing an iota of reference material, of proof. You're the fucking ABC. You're meant to be objectively reporting. You're at least meant to be neutral. I pay your fucking wages. Jesus, that fucking annoys me. I pay enough tax and it goes to this shit.
It's not necessarily debating someone whose ideas are beyond the pale, but instead it's more so about trying to stop the bleeding in terms of like letting these kinds of dangerous ideas spread without any sort of contention, without any sort of pushback whatsoever.
Fucking dangerous ideas. Okay, Hassan. Let's get into some of your ideas. Now, this chick, this old woman provides the perfect segue. Like I said, she's pretty fucking milquetoast about it. She's pretty softball about it. But at least she kind of, you know, partially sticks it in.
I want to ask you about your own rhetoric. I noticed that Elon Musk has been posting about you.
Yes.
And I don't know the context of these particular statements, but here's a quote from you about landlords who don't want to rent out their properties. You said, kill them, murder them, let the streets soak in their red capitalist blood. Doesn't that make you part of the problem with violent discourse?
Well, yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you, lady? I mean, if Charlie Kirk's ideas are dangerous, then what did she say? Spilling the blood of capitalists so the streets turn, whatever the fuck it was. I mean, I don't know how this guy still has a platform. The amount of shit he has said, and don't get me wrong, I don't condone him losing his platform. I want to see how nuts he is. But the amount of shit he said, like, I can't even say the word on my channel. I'm gonna have to beep out some of the shit that I show you. But after all the fucking horrific stuff he said, I don't know how he still has such a large platform. Well, I kind of do actually. It's because Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, wants to suck Hassan off. Here's the staff at Twitch singing Hassan happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Bro, we're never beating the Hassan runs Twitch allegations after this. This is crazy. Oh my God. Like the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to be like, the most rabid Redditors just clip this and they're going to use this permanently to be like, see, I told you he's got banning powers.
Happy birthday, dear Hassan.
This is crazy.
But anyway, how does Hassan respond to this? Well, you know what? First of all, let's actually have a look at the clip she's referring to.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
I mean, it's just fucking unbelievable. This old bitch leads the charge with Charlie Kirk's extreme statements and then fucking just glosses over this at the end like it's an afterthought. Oh, amazing. Anyway, how does Hassan respond?
This was in a conversation that I was having with a landlord friend of mine, and it's of course hyperbolic and it's not meant to be sincere. This is not sincere advocacy. It's not a real policy that I would ever advocate for. And that's precisely the reason why when Republicans were desperately looking for any sort of incisive language that they could present, they went back to a very obvious instance of LARPing, an insincere statement that is obviously hyperbolic from I believe, 2018.
Oh, it was LARPing, Hassan. It was just LARPing. Oh, fuck me. I mean, you don't have to go back that far for other instances of LARPing. You seem to do a lot of fucking LARPing. I mean, it's just so rich, right? That this motherfucker can just like brush this off as LARPing. During an interview less than a fucking week from Charlie Kirk's death, about how extreme and dangerous his political ideas were. Nah, just LARPing, bro. Just LARPing. Just some innocent fucking LARPing.
My question stands nonetheless. Doesn't that kind of language contribute to the atmosphere of violent, even lethal violence in the United States?
Well, good on her. Hold his feet to the fire. I mean, she went back for one more piss weak try, but it's something, I suppose. You can say you're LARPing all you want, Hassan, but you're still saying some pretty fucked up stuff. Now, if we're gonna sit here and call Charlie Kirk a fucking extremist, you know, call Charlie Kirk's political ideas dangerous, then don't you have some fucking questions to answer, mate?
I don't believe that my insincere statements that don't reflect on any of my beliefs whatsoever in 2019 has led to any sort of real world violence whatsoever.
Yeah, but is that from a lack of trying, Hassan? I don't believe it's led to any real world violence. Okay, let's have a look at some of your other LARPing adventures.
Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be f***ing showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these motherfuckers and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the is this shit, man? Slice them up. Slice them and dice them. What the is this?
Wow, that's some pretty fucking graphic LARPing, Hassan. I was being hyperbolic when I said slice them up. Spill their guts, let their intestines show. You know, fucking hell, can't you take a joke? It's just fucking unbelievable. How does this guy keep getting away with this? As I said, I don't want to see him lose his platform because I want to see how much of a fucking maniac he is. But here he is in another clip talking about a senator, I believe, Rick Scott. Just another case of Hassan's LARPing.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott.
Oh my god, don't take it seriously, bro. It's just fucking LARPing. How about the time he said his favourite flag was the Hezbollah flag?
Let's talk about our favorite flags.
Oh, like overall, what my favorite flag? Yeah. Hezbollah. Look it up.
Oh.
I'm not even kidding. It's actually a dope flag.
I don't know flags.
It's, this is a...
You know what? I'm going to be brave.
What?
My favorite flag...
It's got an AK on it and a fucking hand holding it up.
I mean, here he is sitting in front of the fucking pride flag. I believe one of these guys is gay. And he's like, yeah, Hezbollah are fucking dope, bro. Don't Hezbollah chuck gays off the fucking rooftops? Was this just LARPing as well, Hassan? Then there's the time, probably the most famous clip of all. He said America deserved 9/11.
So you said America deserved 9/11.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Did you mean that?
No.
No, I was just fucking LARPing, Uncle Chunk. Don't take yourself so fucking seriously. I mean, this fucking guy, to have the fucking gall to sit there through this interview, talking about how dangerous, how extreme Charlie Kirk was. Milquetoast conservative Charlie Kirk. It just fucking beggars belief. Then there was the time he responded to Tom Cotton with the diagram of how to make a homemade gun. Just a LARP, bro. You know, this guy's just incredible. But remember I was talking about his boyfriend Dan Clancy before? Well, it turns out that Dan Clancy has been invited to testify in Congress to a US House panel over the assassination of Charlie Kirk and the radicalization of online platforms. Here's the letter here. Now, who do you think they're fucking talking about? Who do you think they're talking about when they refer to the radicalization of Twitch? I got a sneaking suspicion they might be talking about the LARPer Hassan Piker. Their golden boy Hassan Piker. Happy birthday, Hassan. Fucking hell, I just can't bring myself to ascribe any good faith to these people. I mean, do they listen to themselves? To in one breath talk about the extremism, the dangerous political positions of Charlie Kirk, while in the very next breath calling what Hassan does LARPing. It's just so rich. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. If you have any comments, leave them down below or at my Twitter. It's at bear_ing. All right, I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.
Recession, session.